everyone doing?
Fantastic.
It's awesome to see all this rain,
Oh, yeah.
right? Eagles playoff and everybody's in their rain. I like it. We must have a couple of Phillies tonight.
Yes, we do.
Can we get a big hand for Don Money and Buddy Kennedy?
I got it.
Don's the older guy. All kidding aside. Welcome everyone, Buffalo Wild Wings. The big dog was here earlier. I was hoping he was going to stick around for the show, but again, he trusted us with the keys to the store. So here we are. Welcome back. We're this fan's view. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you. We do things a little bit different than the normal podcast show. So go back and see Sue. Grab some free raffle tickets. Everybody gets two. You can buy as many as you like. We use the money throughout the year for our CCC charity. So know the money's being put to a good use. We do trivia. We've got some nice prizes in store. Again, Buffalo Wild Wings. We got swag up here on the table. Come up, help yourself. Grab some things. I want to say hello to our good friend Eric over here at the bar. And there's Lauren. Say hello to Lauren. You'll want to be friends with her, especially come trivia time.
Oh, yeah.
It gets nasty. All right, so here we are. First question, and I'll throw it to both of you. Eagles fans?
Yes.
You can hold it if you like.
Sometimes.
I was waiting for one of those answers.
The man to my right is a Commanders fan.
Ooh. Threw him under the bus and ready to start the show.
I heard that rumor. I needed confirmation.
Yes.
So you're living large this weekend?
You can find it out fully.
I am this weekend, 'cause that's the first time in 25 years they made the playoffs or won a ball game. So I'm a Redskin fan Commander fan from way back when they had the big white feather down their helmets. And they struggled way back, but then they got in that roll about the 70s, 80s, won their 3 Super Bowls. And in the last 20, 25 years, we kind of came there. But I root for the Eagles when it doesn't hurt the Commanders.
You guys did find a quarterback, though.
Yeah, they have a good young quarterback down there.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Number 2 pick from last year, and I didn't know who he was, and because we don't get to see a lot of Commander games here,
Right.
Unless it's on a Monday night or Sunday night. But
That never happens.
he's played well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, he's definitely doing well.
So you were born and raised to be a Philly fan?
Yes, I was. Obviously, when I got a little bit older, starting to look at Bear Holler, what we did and understand. From a family standpoint, just diehard Eagles fan, diehard Phillies fan, Philly sports guy in general. Growing up, I was diehard. Definitely blood, Philly red, and now the future comes, and
Here we are. Hey, who remembers that night last summer when he was called up and the TV kept panning over to Don Money? Right? How many times?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Everybody's like, who's this old guy? Who's this old guy? That's what they said.
You forgot who it was, didn't you?
No, I did not.
And we didn't even get to watch the Phillies game because of the Louis panned on him.
Right?
There's nothing wrong with that.
How exciting.
You got something to work with.
How exciting was that for the family?
Oh, it's very exciting because, you always look forward. We flew to Arizona. We went with the Diamondbacks, and then we got picked up with the Phillies, grew up to see him in, Lehigh Valley, and then when he got called up to Philly, we went back at night. And, you like to see him do what you've done in the past. I did it a few years ago, and he took a little different route to get there, but I always got traded from Pittsburgh to Philly and came to the big leagues in that respect. But so it was great watching him, and a lot of hard work. I mean, it's not easy. It's just not given to you. You got to work out there and
You got to earn it.
And earn it. That's exactly right.
Yep, got to earn it. No days off. If you guys, I know some people have traveled pretty far. If you guys have questions, feel free because the hour goes fast. So if you have questions for either of the gentlemen, feel free, raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Just checking on the wings. How are the wings? Wings?
They're a little quiet right now because everybody's eating their wings.
Everybody's eating, right? Everybody's digging in. All right. So, John, what do you got? I know you're probably the largest Phillies fan here at the table.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you got for us?
Well, for you, buddy, how special, like you said, knowing coming up as a Phillies fan and then going to Arizona first, and then coming here to Philadelphia, and then having your grandfather also play for the team. Like how cool and special is that moment for you once you did put that uniform on?
Yeah, for me, it's just obviously with the memories of the videos I can find of him when he played for the Phillies, and then fast forward to the day that I got called up with the Phillies. I remember I just sat in the locker room in New Jersey, I think for about an hour before I started actually doing it. I remember I got to the field at get a 7 o'clock game. I got to the field at like 11 o'clock. I just sat there. It was the first one in the clubhouse, looked at my lockers, looked all around, look at the names that the teammates that you had. It's something that's just so cool because when I was a little kid, I obviously grew up watching him with the videos I had, but also like the 08 Phillies with Ryan Howard, Chase Utley. They were my idols growing up, and now I'm 26 was 25. It's a dream come true. I just try to make him proud as best I can in my entire family, and just exciting moments. Years in the past though, and only 25 so that.
Yeah, and we hear a lot about it with through the media and different things when the other players come up. Tell us a little bit how special this locker room is. Letting a young guy come up and welcomes you right to the team. And
so I'll give you my experience. When you go into a clubhouse, there's a respect thing.
Right.
So obviously you can't just go in the clubhouse thinking you're the big guy in the room, because people know your teammates don't like that so much. So I'm going to try to say to myself, but I also say hello to everybody. Actually, the Castellanos actually came down, sat next to me, introduced him, wanted to know where I was from, what's my hobbies, all different things I like to do. And when I told him I was a Phillies fan, he was like, "Oh, wow, it's pretty unique. That doesn't really happen for a lot of guys in our town teams." And me and Nick hit it off immediately. And then I got my first action versus the Rays when I had that walk off Clevenger. After that, Harper came up to me, sat me down, and he was like, "Dude, if you can do that in front of 46 staff, screaming your name, I think you can handle any of that." Right. And so we hear that, and from a guy like Harper, Turner, and also the pitchers, and everybody came up. It's such a special moment, but it's one of the things where they welcome you with open arms, and they just don't want you to feel like an outsider. They want you to feel like family, and you can talk to anybody. Whatever makes you feel comfortable to do the best to help your job.
I'm a big Castellanos fan personally. I think he gets a little bit bad rap here in Philadelphia a little bit. Yeah. But I think he's, like you just said, being one of the first guys coming up. I think he's a big leader in that locker room. I mean, Schwarber is as well, I'm sure, but I think he's secretly one of the guys that really helps the team together.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with all the guys, Turner, Hart, Ford, Cassidy, Nola, Wheeler.
Yeah.
These guys they're established big leaguers. They've been in the big leagues for a long time. And they're just, I notice is the team chemistry is just like playing backyard baseball. That's how I look at it. I've been in some clubhouses where it's a little bit tight. Everybody doesn't, if you do one thing out of it, get some talk about it or whatever. But for them, it's just kind of like one of the things where you're going to play whoever it is, and you're going to try to kill them. And after that, it's party. And you wake up and do the same thing the next day. And I think that's why they had such a great season in the past seasons that they had, is being successful at every level, meaning offense, defense, pitching. And for 2025, it can only get better from here. So something exciting.
Exactly. Looking forward to it. Exactly.
A lot of Phillies fans in the room. Any spring training fans in the room? Anybody heading down?
I will be there the 15th.
Shocking. It's less than a month away, right?
All season flies.
Yes.
Same number? You changing things up?
Nah, same number. Unless somebody wants it, then I have to do it because I don't have the time. But that same number, still over 19, because obviously training here.
So, how much are you looking forward to going to Clearwater with the Phillies in spring training?
It's exciting for me. I played in Clearwater last year when I was with the Tigers versus the Phillies. I played a couple of innings, but Clearwater's a beautiful city. Obviously, it's sunny, it's hot, it's 75 degrees. So I'm excited to get back with the guys again. Usually off season's time where everybody's trying to relax and enjoy the family. First base is going from back to guys, see how off season is, and roll back on the baseball field and get the ball.
There you go. Questions, comments, anyone? Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. There's got to be a good question from Mike Schmidt. You got them? I thought you got them all in earlier. You're pretty close.
What was it like for Mike Schmidt following your footsteps?
What was it like for Mike Smith following my footsteps? Oh, you want an answer for that? Oh, okay. No, it was just, that's part of baseball. When he come up in 71, I was there for 3 years, that's my third year. And, I didn't really care to cover off the ball. I was struggling. I was a youngster. And then he got come up in August of 71, I think it was, and hit like 18, 19 home runs and hit the ball up, played good third base. And I taught him everything he knows. So, it's just the way it goes. Then they end up taking your job. But no, he deserved it. And, I was just in a rut in Philly. And when he got up there, he earned the right to play every day. And then I got traded after the 72 season. Might have been the 72 when he come up. And then he played the last 2 months. Did well home run wise. Average wise wasn't there, but he made a little adjustment at the plate and hit the ball to see what he did over his career. But it's just part of baseball. Look for trades, and I think it worked out great for both. Everybody got traded, both teams. I went to Milwaukee and found my footing, if you want to say that. And it wasn't the easiest thing for me to play in Philly, just because I lived here. Yeah. Sometimes you got to get away from. I'd go to the grocery store with my wife, and a guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, you struck out 3 times against Seaver the other day." I said, "Yes, I did." I mean, that's just the way it was. But when I went to Milwaukee, it was if I struck out 3 times, okay, it's not the first time, it wouldn't be the last time. So that's just the way this game is, and you take it to heart. And You get 3 hits today, you come back tomorrow and try to get 3 more, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But yeah, it's just part of baseball, trades, and young boy here, he's got DFA'd and picked up by other teams. That means other teams want you. They have scouts in the stands all through the minor leagues, even in the big leagues. So if they didn't need him, they needed infielders, they picked him up, and he's done a very good job with the Phillies, and hopefully he picks up and stays with the club. You never know. Trades come, trades go. So that's just part of baseball.
Yeah, it's baseball life, right?
That's the baseball life.
Like you said, as long as somebody wants you, that's fine.
There are always scouts in the stands. That's why when I coached for 18 years in minor leagues, I just told the kids, I said, there's scouts in the stands. There's 30 clubs out there looking for players. Let's play for them. You might not make it with the organization you're with. Play for the other organizations, and that's what happens a lot of times. When I didn't get drafted, there's no draft that year. Well, I was the first year of the draft. I signed out at 2 tryout camps, so it's just part of baseball. And then I wasn't old enough to sign because I was only 17. I had to wait for my parents to come to a tryout so I could sign on my father's 1960 Buick on the hood of that. That's how I signed my first contract. No money, nothing was there. It was just my father told us to give him the opportunity to play and see what happens. And that was Joe Consoli and Sid Thrift with the Pirates. Yeah, I signed with the Pirates, and then I got traded with the Phillies a couple years later.
But your experience was a little bit different.
Yes. Mine's really good. My career so far has been like, I've done the bad side of the baseball business. Let's just say that. I bounced around last year from 2023 and all of 2024. I was in 5 different teams in 9 months, which it's not ideal. You don't want that to happen. But, like I said, the business of baseball, it's cutthroat. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
Even some guys, they could do their best, and sometimes maybe just don't work out with the team. And it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Mentally for me, it's been tough because every time you feel like, this maybe could be home, then you get spit right back out again. You know what I mean? That's where for me, having him, I've had my rants. We've had some good quality talks, about the whole process. It's just a matter of time, when and where. We don't know what team. Who knows? Yes, I'm on my childhood team right now. It's a dream come true, I think, for any South Jersey or PA kid, right? And living each day by day, enjoying it. And when spring training comes around, try to do the best Philadelphia feeling I can be. Season breaks and great camp to try to be one of the guys to where I'm trustworthy enough when they see that. For me, I've always just kind of been the guy that just put my head down. I don't complain. I just try to work hard with the next guy next to me. And it's definitely made me as a better person, a better player. And just overall, now, especially at 26, being the ups and downs of the professional baseball lifestyle. Anything thrown at me is nothing new. And I can just handle it, get myself in bed, and then we move on to the next situation.
What is your regimen during the off season? Like, what do you do?
So my regimen, I've been eating, besides tonight, just crushing ones, but other than that, I train with Trout, in the off season. Kind of another dude. I have him to my right.
Did you tell me earlier? You said he was coming, right? He was meeting you.
Yeah, I tried. He's actually in California right now, at his house. So I train with Trout at 5:30 in the morning. Every morning, we are actually our trainer who was the head athletic trainer for the Eagles a couple years ago. Won the Super Bowl championship. Never knew that, so I asked him.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty neat. And me and Mike, we train for about 2 hours. By 8:15, 8:30, I'll have 6 eggs, half a pound of ground beef, and have some yogurt, have a protein shake. Try to eat really clean. Try to build up my muscle from and tearing it down from workouts and yeah, a lot of stuff. And then in the afternoon, me and him, we go hit and we hit for about 2 hours.
Okay. Keeping the old guy in shape, huh?
Yeah, I get it out of the house.
I get out of the house, but it takes me a long time to get there. I walk slower. The base, the pitching mound's further back,
Come on now.
Oh, yeah, well, we soft toss and then we use the machine. And then we work on the ground balls. And we take the inside of the turf down there in Millville. And we just open up the nets and take ground balls, work on footwork, go softly into the nets just to get loosened up for the winter time. Because you haven't been outside recently. And hitting, you can hit inside, but it's hard to take ground balls, throughout the winter. And his regiment's a little different than mine because when we played, we didn't hit. We didn't hit in wintertime. I would pack my baseball gear in my baseball bag, last day of the season, put it up in the attic, and maybe 2 weeks before the season, open it up, see what's in there. And then go spring training. And, everything's in there, and then you get dressed and you go. That's how we start spring training. First swing would be the first day of spring training. We didn't ever, but that's a different game now. It's a different game than when you're ready to play day one. Because you play 40 spring training games, and then you got the B games, which are probably at least half of that many. So everybody's going to get a lot of at-bats in spring training. And question a little earlier about the clubhouse. So the players today, a lot of the teams bring a lot of young players to spring training with them. And now if you play a lot of B games, they will call over 6, 8 players from the minor league team. So, and they will get in the game to play. Walker Brewers did that last year. Early in the camp, the regulars played 3 innings, and the young guys play the last 6. And so they get the nervousness out, they're sitting on the big league bench next to big league players. But if you do that 10 to 15 times a spring, 3 or 4 springs in a row, you're pretty much used to it. You're not all in all with everybody. So that's how the game's changed. So you do it. When we would spring training, we'd play 5, 6 innings, the first game. And then later in the spring, you start to cut down a little bit. That's how the game has changed over the course of many, many moons.
Yeah. Having been through it, coaching and that kind of stuff, which way do you think's better for players? Do you play too much? You know what I mean? Like you hear like all the travel kids and everything as younger kids playing all year long, and then they say that that burns them out a little bit. How do you think that?
Well,
and buddy, you can answer that too.
Starting out with little kids,
right?
I understand a lot of parents want them to play, and they get on travel teams, which Buddy played on a lot of travel teams. I didn't play on any travel teams. They didn't know what it was back in those days. And you went to the ball field, and if you had 9 guys, you put 5 guys on one team, 4 on the other, and you hit the right field, you're out. So, that's just the way it was. And you went and played. And now it's a little different theory. And, they want the kids to play more games all over the country, different talent, which I understand. The better talent you play, the better it makes you. And Buddy proved that. He went all over the country, and one road trip, he went from like North Carolina to Kentucky to California, back to Indiana. I said, that's a big league travel.
Yeah.
And he did it for like 7 or 8 days in a row.
Wow.
And that's the way it was. And
days going to those 4 states.
It's exactly right.
So yeah, that's even worse than a big league baseball record.
Right.
I remember it was like my 2014 summer. I was home June, July, and August. I think I was home maybe 3.5 weeks. I was, because you got to get ready. And for me, I started travel ball when I was 12, played 12 to 17, played high school ball from 15 to 18 years old. But I had to get seen, and it's kind of tougher in the area we're in, like PA, New Jersey, up northeast, just in general. It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So down south is where the talent is, Texas, Florida, even the West Coast as well. So I remember went from Arizona to California, California to Washington, Washington back to Arizona, Arizona to Illinois, Illinois to Florida, and then Florida to North Carolina, and then North Carolina back up to Jersey. I mean, I didn't see my mom and dad when I was like, and but when it comes to now, that's what he told me when I was younger. If you want to see minor league or big league travel today, this is it. Like, yes, in the big leagues, you get a nice plane, you get basically anything, honestly. But in the minor leagues, you're taking buses like Lehigh Valley this year. We were busing to Rochester, New York. Yeah, we were going everywhere, but then we were flying like to Florida, and it was too far. Like, so everything he has done, playing or coaching, experiences, whatever he has told me. So when I got drafted, I was already had the mindset prepared for it, and to know what to handle at a young age. Where some of the guys I came in with, they're like, "This, we're gonna ride on this old bus and stay in this terrible hotel." Which he told me that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Sorry, just deal with it. You want to move up, play better. Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, that's the saying around baseball. You don't like where you're at, you play better.
Play better.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a special part of my life that I'm glad I did it, and I sacrificed a lot. Sacrificed being with friends. Sacrificed going to football games. And I was committed to. I wanted to get drafted out of high school, follow his footsteps, and I did everything as best as I could to get that opportunity, and thankfully I did. And I was trying to take full advantage of it as we speak now. Exactly.
And you made it to the podcast of This Fan's View. That's got to be at the top. That's got to be at the top of the hit list.
Yeah.
That's got to be number one. Lauren, I'll throw it to you. You can nail the Mattis minute.
All right, guys. So we have 10 questions for each of you. Some of them are baseball related and some of them aren't. It's called the Mattis Minute, so it's kind of like rapid fire, but we also want to hear a story if you have a good story that goes with your answer. All right. So the first one, who can bench press the most? Don Money, Buddy Kennedy, or Mike Trout?
Mike Trout.
I see it. So I'll tell you, he mentions he's a freak.
Okay. When you guys are in the car together, who picks the music on the radio, and do you ever play Taylor Swift?
No music on the radio.
No music. We driven out here. We didn't. The music wasn't on. We talking about it.
Okay, so no, there was nothing on at all.
Yeah.
Okay. And are either of you Taylor Swift fans?
Me,
Taylor Swift.
My great granddaughter.
Okay. Has Don ever started a sentence with a deep voice? Well, back when I was in the league.
Yes. Plenty of times.
What was that question again?
Has Don ever started a sentence in a deep voice? Well, back when I was in the league.
Yep.
That one right there, just saying them words. Exactly.
When you guys are out to lunch or dinner together, who usually eats more and who usually picks up the check?
He eats, I pay. That's easy.
All right.
Very true.
That's the way it should be, right?
No.
No,
No.
Have either of you ever been thrown out of a game at any level?
Yes.
not yet.
Not yet. That's
I
all
would
the
average
Something happens
maybe.
this coming year. You know where we all were this night.
Exactly.
I would average almost 2 a year.
Okay.
You average, you plan them.
Oh, yeah, I told them what I thought. They didn't like it, but oh well.
Does Don ever ask if he can sneak down to the clubhouse to grab some pregame or post-game freebie food?
No.
No, I'll say we'll sit right up in the seats with my grandmother and wait till we come out.
Has Don ever ended the discussion with, oh yeah, well, I still have 174 more home runs than you do?
We haven't reached that part yet.
Okay, all right,
It could potentially happen this year, though.
okay.
That's a good year. That's a damn good
Really?
year.
That's a good year.
I'll sign up for that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, who's the better darts player?
Me,
and all that.
Who's the better golfer?
me. No. That's close. He's pretty good.
Yeah, it depends on how we make up. Like sometimes it's just be there, sometimes it's just not be
All right. Who's the better bowler?
there. And
Who's the better dancer?
Him.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. Who's the better ping pong player?
I don't really play ping pong again.
Me. I used to play with
All right. Who's the better pool player?
me.
Okay. Which one of you eats more candy and what are your favorites?
It's gotta be yourself. I haven't touched candy in
I don't eat that much.
Okay. All right. And the last one, which of you is the most charming with the ladies?
Me.
And that's the last one.
I have a fiance, but I gotta learn.
I charmed my wife into 56 years.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Bill Mattis. The Mattis Minute again. We continue with our Taylor Swift question. So
Never fails.
Reading zone Taylor Swift, right?
It is.
Any Taylor Swift fans in the house?
No.
One. That's it. One. Not one.
Maybe 1.5. There's a hand half going on.
Poor Taylor.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it along because we're going to run out of time and we need to nail some trivia.
Yep.
Because John has prepared for this one.
I have.
So, Lauren, are you ready?
Lauren's ready.
I'm ready.
Are the fans ready? You got to
You gotta
go.
raise your hand. I'll come to you.
Are you ready?
Just yell it out.
All right. In honor of grandfather and son and grandson playing, they got fathers and sons or grandfathers and sons in baseball trivia. So this father and son his father and son combination participated in the 2005 All-Star game, and the son was a player and his father was a coach. 2005 All-Star game, they played together.
Can I play?
Eric Young and Eric Young Senior?
No.
That's a great guess.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That's a great guess.
That's a good guess.
Ricky Junior and his father?
That is not, no.
We've got Kevin over here. No? Oh, okay.
He retracted his answer.
Yeah, Griffey also.
The son was involved in a very historical game.
Okay.
Yep, Moises Alou and Fleet. Yes. All right, this grandfather and son played for the Reds, and the grandson coaches for the Reds. Matt.
Yes,
Right up here, right up. Kevin got it.
Bells?
he did.
Bells.
Does Kevin got it?
Kevin got it. Yep.
Okay, he did?
Yep. Gus Bell, Buddy Bell, and David Bell.
Buddy Bell was the caller, wasn't
Yes.
he? Yeah. Played against him. Way back when.
Yeah. But there's a lot of Philadelphia connections with family members.
Yeah, like what? Like is that part of trivia?
Well, yeah. What David Bell played for the Phillies and had a cycle. There's more to come, and there's a few that may not have made the list.
All right.
All right, so we got the father played for the Phillies in 2006, and his son also played in the majors. 2006. I believe he was an All-Star that year as well. Tom Gordon, yep, and D. Gordon. Yep, Gordons.
Man, I would have never done that. I had no idea.
No idea?
Which son? Which son was it?
D. Gordon played. Yep.
Because there's another one, right?
I believe there was another one. Yeah, a little bit less, but yeah.
Okay.
All right, the son played for the Phillies in 2014, and his father was a 15-time All-Star.
Ooh,
I'm
Tony
sorry?
Gwynn Jr.
That is correct.
Who was that?
Tony Gwynn and Tony Gwynn Jr.
I coached Tony
Did you?
Junior.
Okay.
you got a big Tony Gwynn fan in the house.
I had to throw that one in for Shawnee.
Yeah, there's a huge Tony Gwynn fan in the
That
house.
one was thrown in especially for Shawnee. All right, the grandfather is a baseball Hall of Famer, and his grandson played for the Giants. Right up here, up front, Mark.
Yastrzemski?
Yes, the Yastrzemskis. Carl and Mike. Yes. All right. This,
Johnny, hang on a second. You did a great job.
thank you. I
This is
appreciate it.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You got everybody like, you got
They're all
their,
at your seats.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this is awesome.
Oh, yeah. This is top one of the trivia.
Does this get better?
Oh, yeah, it does. It definitely
All
does.
right, just checking.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do. All right. This son won the home run derby in 2012, and his father was also a big-time home run hitter.
Big time,
Big time.
big time. Got
Curtis Fielder and Cecil Fielder?
That is correct.
nice. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good job.
coached him.
Did you?
Now you're showing your age.
Oh, no way.
That's why they call
Ricky
it
Weeks,
right?
Ricky Weeks, Tony Gwynn.
There you go.
Yo, Pops, now you're showing your age.
I don't have to show, I'm old.
All right. This brother combination was on the same team, and the father played 15 years in the major leagues. The brothers played on the same team, and their father was also in the major leagues. Father played for the Angels. Uh-oh. Oh, you faked it? You faked it.
Boom, Bob Boom.
No, not Boone's, not Boone's.
Okay.
The brothers played in a World Series, I believe, as well.
Yeah, she's going deep.
Yeah, Boone's weren't right for this answer.
Any hints?
Because the Boones both didn't play on the same team together. They were in the World Series game, the brothers.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was in the Hall of Fame as well. You got the professional stuff.
What do you got?
That's my new name.
No, that's
I no longer go by Lauren.
Oh, yeah.
No,
For this answer. Not the next one. Not the next one.
I like the way you go back and forth.
Are we got to guess on the Uptons?
The Uptons are not right.
Okay.
All right, so we're just gonna give this one up.
No, we got one more hand.
Okay.
Almars?
The Alomars, you are right.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sandy and Roberto.
I can sit here for a month. and we can do that.
No idea on this one. All right, well, since that one was a tough one, we're gonna end this one with an easier one. The father and son each hit a home run in the same game. Back to back in the same inning.
the Griffins.
The Griffins.
I knew that.
If you didn't get that, I was gonna throw you out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tony, you didn't get that, I was throwing you out. Come on, that was a softball.
I got one card left.
You got another one?
Let's see what we got.
If not, it's okay, no pressure. I don't put you on the spot.
No, and then, all right, so then which family had 3 generations playing. The Suns were in the celebration for the 1980 World Series.
Mike Schmidt's real fast.
The Boos.
There you go.
The Boos.
The Boons and also the Amaros. You could have gone with the Amaros. Ruben Amaro, you could have gone.
All right, it's storytelling time. I'm gonna throw the first one to Don. Yep, I picked you first. We need a good, you played a couple of years, good teammate story, one that you kind of just became friends with, somebody that you still admire, somebody that, come on, you were in Philly long enough.
Does that have to be in Philly?
Oh, crush me.
You could have a Milwaukee.
We'll give you
I'll tell you,
Milwaukee.
no, I'll stick with the Philly one.
Because he could have been a Philly if you picked the right guy.
Well, when I first came up with the Phillies, me and Larry High School came up at the same
There you
time,
go.
and we were only 20 years old at the time. And, the Phillies were an older club, Tony Gonzalez was insane, Richie Allen was there, Bobby Wine, which I ended up taking his spot, but, John Boozer, the reliever, Nick Selma, and Selma and Boozer were the clowns of the team.
Okay.
And there was a time, I'm not going to go tell you the details, but in spring training, Boozer went on the road as a relief pitcher. Nick Selma was home, and they threw their one inning, and then they were off the next day and going home. And there always were bust on them and everybody. And probably shouldn't say this, but I think Boozer went on the road. With the road, and Selma was home. And Boozer came home. He found a towel in the bottom of his locker. He had the old locker with wires and mesh and stuff. Not like these things today. And Boozer picked up the towel, and it was like soft. It wasn't wet. It was just soft. So he picked it up and just turned it over, and Nick Selma had put something in the bottom of his locker. And not even thinking about it, these guys were always, and what it was that color, and it was just, that's what they do. That's what they did in those days. And one quick one in Milwaukee was a relief pitcher, lefty, was a pitching coach for the Kansas City Royals and the Brewers. I can't think of his name now. But they locked him up in the porta potty out in the bullpen. They put the flag rope around it, and manager called him in to warm up, and he wasn't there. He was locked into the porta potty. Now, I only know this because we're playing the game. This is the guy sitting in the bullpen talking about it. And then they tell us later on, but they ended up getting them out, and letting them warm up. But I'm not a big story guy, but some of the things are kind of. Hank Aaron, I had a great time with Hank Aaron in Milwaukee. He was just a down-to-earth type player, even though he's got many, many home runs and great guy. And he had to get a different room in the hotels. They put under Hank Aaron, they put under Bill Smith or whoever it may be. But we would go out and, a bunch of the girls would go out and have a beer and sit and talk. And, everybody would walk in. If we walked in here and walked in the corner, everybody, there's Hank Aaron, there's Hank Aaron. But, we tried to take care of him. And he was a great guy, And then he played 2 years in 75 and 76, I think it was. And then the last 2 years in the big leagues. And then last time I saw him walking through the airport, he was going back home from Milwaukee. And then he's passed away now. But he was just a great guy, great gentleman, and he treated me just like anybody else. And he didn't walk around. I'm Hank Aaron. I'm I'm a ball player, but he was a good ball player. So, I mean, a player like that is really, it's an honor to be with him, because now you get to see what the great ball players do. I mean, everybody's a ball player, 700 of them a year, whatever it may be now. But, he was one of them, and I always admired. And Nick Allen, we got along great. He was a great player. Johnny Callis in the right field. He was a little older guy. Some of the older players in Philly when I first came up took me and Larry under a wing, and we were there for a short time the first year, and we both came up the next year. We stayed, but I enjoyed playing with those older guys, and we didn't win many games, but we had some big teams. We didn't lose any fights either. So, we got Gene Walker in a couple of them after he left the Phillies.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
What do you want to do?
What do you want to talk about? How about that Mike Trout? How about a good Mike Trout story?
Mike is about as down to earth as a guy possibly could, honestly. But with him, everything is a competition. And if you're sitting here 3 in lanes, he's got to beat us to finish it. With Mike, there aren't too many interesting stories. Just honestly, when I was younger, at 12, 13 years old, and training with him at 19, he would always get on. Because when I was younger, I never wanted to go to training. Just didn't want to. I was tired. And also, his training, I was in 6th, 7th grade, at 9 o'clock at night, where normal kids at school, and I did the next day. So I remember one time we're doing these banded runs. A band around your waist and you're running. Well, I'm running, and the band accidentally slipped out of Mike's hand. Accidentally. So this band, he let it loose. I had a 6-inch mark across my entire back, and it whipped me because he accidentally let it go from what he said. His hand was slippery.
You were just fast.
No, I was small and chubby when I was back then. And that's what his so-called thing was. All right, you're gonna be tough. This is how you're gonna be tough. So he welcomed me. Like, I remember we did it. It was about 6 or 7 months working on it. And it happened to me. I actually cried. It was awful. Yeah, other than that, like, I remember one time we were playing baseball. We were hunting. We were playing baseball in the woods with a pine cone and a massive stick. And we accidentally broke the stick off, swinging the bat towards his friend. And it hit his friend and it just crashed it in the eye. Honestly, other than that, I mean, I have some stories that I can't tell. It's just but
You can leave it there.
Yeah.
Mike, other than all, Mike's just a jokester, likes to win. If he's not first, then he's going to be first somewhere.
Very good. Very good. Questions? Anybody? Come on, somebody's got to have a good baseball story. We got a lot of baseball sitting up here. Come on. Anybody? Johnny, where you at? Where's our resident wheels at? No stories? No question? Come on.
Hey guys, buddy, just best of luck to you this spring for making the Phillies and whatnot. But my question is for both of you guys, like what kind of advice do you give your grandson in preparation for being a major league player, and vice versa? Like what is his grandfather's favorite vehicle?
Well, what I try to do is get his right frame of mind. Don't let things get down on you too bad, because you hit 300 to go to Hall of Fame.
Right.
I mean, so you're going to fail 70% of the time. But that's going to happen. That's part of baseball. And you just go out there, play the game. You get 4 hits today, be happy about it, go home. Because you might go 0 for 4 tomorrow. You don't like it, but go home and prepare yourself for the next day. And never give up. Because this is everybody's dream, playing in the big leagues. You start out in Little League. I started out when I was 8 years old, and I played for the next 30 years. But, it takes a lot of work. And I try to tell him, you got to get your work in. And he works hard. Baseball is hard. You play every day. You got to get at least 3 hits out of 10. That's a 300. So if you get 2.5, 250, 260, something like that. But I just try to tell them, go out there, never give up, work hard. And if you got something defensively, if you're weak to your right, work on it. We go inside. Don't work on the ones you're good at. Work on the ones you have problems with. Get your footwork ready. You're throwing. It's just all together. And if you do everything right, you're going to get enough things to do correctly. Throw the ball, catch the ball with your footwork. And I just try to tell them just to go out there and never, ever give up. When the time's up, they'll tell you when the time's up. But you take off that uniform, tell them it's time to take it off. Don't give them the opportunity to tell you.
Yeah, I would just say for me, like, I talk to him every single day. So, like, we'll talk about the game the night before. And sometimes we just talk and have a conversation. But for him, like, if something feels off for me immediately, it could be one at bat the night before, a couple games in a row. Like, I remember this year specifically, I had like I didn't even know this. I had a 40 on base streak for like a month or something like that. Never even knew it until after the fact. I was hitting well, doing everything right. And I had 2 weeks where I just I couldn't hit it. And I called him. He talked to me, talked about, what's the mindset like? How do you feel, what's happening basically? So I went back and looked at some video, and long story short, the angle of my bat was like straight up in the air compared to an angle that's where you have to tackle it. If he never talked to me about it, because he pulled up video from a couple games before, and if he never told me that, I don't look at video because I get too much mentally in my head, so I don't ever look at that. But he told me about it, and fixed it within 2 days later, and I got back on my streak again and just doing what I can. But overall, like for him to say to me is just take a deep breath, hit the fastball, react to it, all bring it. So no matter if the guys are throwing, now you guys see, you guys are throwing an average fastball. Now it's like 94 and a half, almost 95 consistently. And, in bullpens now, everybody's throwing 96 plus miles an hour. And the ball, the baseball, take a bouncy ball and throw as hard as you can at somebody and stand in the box. That's what it is. It's really hard. It's not easy in the world. But there's a lot of preparation goes to that, mentally relaxing yourself, try to calm yourself in the box. Mostly he does it for myself. Because calling him, he gives me 3 cues, like hit the ball hard, be in a good headspace, and have fun. If you can't do any of them 3, you're never going to have a successful day, no matter what, right? So I think it's just for him, he's always kept it loose, because a lot of guys like to say their opinion, say this about a guy, say that about a guy. But for me, I'm a very simple guy. I go up there, the guy's throwing 97, I'm going to sit on 97 fastball. If he flips a breaker in there, righty or lefty, you see a boot, you see his finger come off the seam at a certain angle. I just see it, recognize it, and hopefully put a good swing. Other than that, I'm never a guy that's too flashy or anything. I just like to keep it simple like he does, like he did when he played, and just have fun and enjoy the major league you're playing in the Phillies. That makes me better. Okay,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Final opportunity, questions, comments?
Yes, we don't.
Everybody's still busy eating.
Exactly. You can't go without asking, how was it transitioning from Connie Mack Stadium into the Veteran Stadium and then hit the first home run at the Veteran Stadium?
Oh, well, when I first came up, 68, come up and played a little bit of Connie Mack Stadium, 69 played at Connie Mack Stadium, 70 played, and then we moved to Vet in 71. And, you know, Connie Mack Stadium was an old stadium, 1909 I think it was, but the playing surface itself was one of the better ones in the league.
Yeah.
Because they really took care of them. The facilities now, the stands were 1909. The clubhouse is very small. I still have my bench that I had to sit on in the clubhouse because they gave it to us the last night of the last game. And I still have it at home. It was a metal bench. It was just, and then when we went to the Vet, that was the next wave of stadiums. You know, the cookie cutters, if you want to call them, because like Philly had one, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Cincinnati. There was like 4 or 5 of them. AstroTurf, everybody was going to play on AstroTurf. No bad hops, which is true for the most part. But the ball was a lot faster. It took away a lot of bunting for base hits. Nowadays we don't bunt hardly at all, and there's no hit and run in today's game. So, I mean, when I went to the Vet from the old ones, it was a big change because nobody ever played on AstroTurf. We always played on grass, mud, whatever it was. And then when you went to there, chances are you're not going to get rain out unless it's raining at the time. And it was just a faster game. And infielders would stay a little bit deeper because Darren Johnson, he would hit, behind me or something, and he'd hit a ground ball short and throw him out first because, Darren, he's one of the fastest runner around. But it was a little different, but then you got used to it, and then they played for many years, and then he still got some stadiums play with it. Right. So it was a big adjustment, basically on the defensive side, I think.
Did you guys have a competition going into it? Who was getting the first hit, like Boa did, and first home runs and that kind of stuff?
Oh, I knew I was going to get the first home run. But no, Boa got the first hit, and I tied the ball game up in the 6th inning. It was 1-1. Jim Bunning was pitching. We ended up winning 4-1. So, well, you're not trying. You're just trying to get a base hit.
No, I know.
You're just trying to get a base hit. Nobody's saying, "Hey, I'm going to get." You're the first hitter for the Phillies. You're going to get the first Philly hit because the guy from Montreal got the first base hit in the stadium. So nobody really has that. We'd have contest fielding before the game, stuff like that. Back in those days, but a lot of them, they don't even take ground balls today, so it's a different game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just thought with Bo being the competitive person that he is, that you guys have some fun.
Bo?
Yeah.
You think he's competitive?
Just a little bit.
I mean, we got along great. I mean, I thought we was going to both win the Gold Glove on the left side of the infield, but I didn't win mine. He got his, but I didn't win mine.
All right, again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Buffalo Wild Wings here in Glen Mills. We will be back here February 12th. Save that date. 2/12. There you go. Very good.
People may or may not be coming from 3. Who knows?
Very, very good. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Take care of your servers, your bartender, please. I've been seeing some excellent work, by them. So they deserve a little something here tonight. So please take care of them. Again, raffles will draw somewhere around 8:00. We'll play that by ear, but get your free tickets. You can buy additional tickets for $1 a piece. Again, I want to thank everybody. City Distilling, we got an awesome show sponsor. My GM is standing right over there. Joe, give us a wave, Joe. Joe is not paying attention. But anyway,
deep conversation.
He's reading somebody's butt, I think. I hope not. But again, they do a great job here. And like I said, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to have these two guys talking baseball. I mean, we're what? You're leaving the 15th?
Yes, 15.
15th, he's leaving. So everybody heading to spring training.
I'll be there.
Go find him, get a photo with him in uniform. We'd love to see him. Post it on our page.
Absolutely.
Are you heading down?
Yeah, where?
Spring training.
No.
Not at all.
He's going to sit on his couch and watch wrestling TV.
No, my wife can't ride that far, first of all. We'll watch them on TV.
Come on, I was going to take you out to dinner.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah, I'm good.
Can't get him down there, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
I know what spring training looks like.
I've lived it.
All right, well, since we're not an Eagles fan on that side, I'll ask the gentleman on this side, Eagles prediction for Sunday?
Eagles are playing the Rams.
They're by 2 touchdowns. Saquon over 100 yards, obviously. Jalen Hurts, I feel like he's going to bounce back. AJ Brown, over 10 yards for sure.
Oh, are you going out on the limb?
Yeah, I'm going out on level now. Over 10 yards.
10 yards and a couple pages in the book.
Exactly.
And maybe we make it a Washington and Philadelphia NFC championship.
Oh, Washington's got a big one this weekend, Detroit.
They do with Detroit, yeah.
I mean, you never know. You never know what
It's got
happens. You know?
upset written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It's indoors. They're playing. They got on a little roll, like 13-5 this year, so they did very well.
All right.
Detroit is, they got a good club. I mean,
They've lost like 15 players, and then they're still 15-2.
a lot of hurt. Yeah, a lot of hurt.
I mean, that's crazy.
But I'll be rooting for them. And then,
All right. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank these two gentlemen.
Best of luck, buddy.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
And let's go Birds.
I'll go with the Birds and Eagles.
When you get the other, I said, really? We tried it. He goes,
He said, what do you think about it? I said, I'm not happy with it. Yeah.